Hi, this is 14-year-old Liam, and I really am lame, but, when I'm not being lame and wondering why girls think I'm weird and gross, I'm listening to Liam's live streams. Yeah, I'm listening to my stuff in the future. I wonder what I'm going to grow up to be. Maybe I'll be an astronaut.
Yes, good morning. From a mile above sea level, it is Chatting with Viewers. Today is May 12th, 2024. And as always, I am excited to be here, and I appreciate you all very, very much. So today on Chatting with Viewers, it's going to be a little shorter of a Chatting with Viewers. If you've tuned in the last few, they've been longer. But, yeah... Alyssa says, yeah, we haven't talked in 10 minutes. Feels like a lifetime. Oh, my God. Younger Liam, says Steven. Yeah, we don't use Rogar on chatting with viewers. We use him for gaming streams. I don't know. I'm weird. I like I'm particular about how I present stuff. It's weird. Like, I don't understand it. So for game streams, we use Rogar, and then we use the normal music. So normally we use this, which, we all know and love this song. But hi, Philip. Hi, Steven. Hi, Alyssa. Hi, Word Nerd. Yeah, my liner is no longer accurate, so I suggest using something else. So yeah, we know this song. So that's for regular gaming streams. If we're doing... I gotta find it. There it is. If we're doing the marathon, this is the marathon theme, which I love. I adore this thing. It just, Also, remember from the marathon, we used the Galaga dancing, what is it? Galactic dancing stuff. Oh, we should talk about the marathon too, which I will do. So yeah, you guys know this one. And then, whenever a marathon picks up after a break, we use this. Hey, Lucy, how are you? So, yeah, I'm all about my music. I'm all particular. I love this thing, though. This thing's so good. Ugh. All right. So, anyways. Marathon, people have been asking, so I want to talk about a couple things that are going on first. I want to start by talking about why it's a shorter chatting with viewers today. I'm going to go look at a house today. I looked at a house yesterday. Ironically, the house I'm looking at this morning at 10 is right next door to the house I looked at yesterday. So that's really kind of hilarious. So we're trying to rent a townhouse, and there's not a lot of choices. That's one of the problems. Not a lot of options. So I'm really trying to get something, but really excited because the one I looked at yesterday was pretty amazing. The one I'm going to try to look at hopefully soon is also amazing. So there's another one that would be really neat. It'd be a little too big for us, but I want it because there's a lot of roaming room. So the one today will also be cool. It's in a really cool area. I feel pretty safe about it. Very safe neighborhood. Nick says hello, tuning in from sunny England. Yeah. Good eye. Oh no, that's Australia. Never mind. Sorry. So yeah, this will be a shorter one. I got to zip out after the stream is over. I need to grab a shower and then zip out and then make myself look pretty. And I'm going to go meet with the owner, see if we can, make a deal. Or at least, fill out an application or whatever. And then, so I have to move. I think I've talked about this. My lease is up in the middle of June. I have to be out of here by June something. So, the clock is ticking. I'm a little stressed out over it. I don't like it, but we're going to make it work. Even 2 bedrooms are difficult to find, so might as well go for the good stuff. Yeah, 2-bedroom apartments are hard. We've been really having a lot of trouble with that here. So yeah, it's not good. It's not going to be a bad situation. Like, I'm not going to end up on the street or anything. We're going to find a thing. It's just right now, so far, it's just not meeting our needs. And so, yeah, it's a little tricky. But I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to having a place, a bigger place with an actual washer and dryer. It'll be nice to be able to get mail at my door instead of having to walk like a quarter of a mile to go get it. Also, garbage. I won't have to go to a dumpster, I hope. Hopefully they'll just pick up my garbage right behind the house. Word Nerd says, ugh, sorry, just went through that myself, so definitely gonna empathize. Yeah, it's hard. I want to find a place and plant myself there and like maybe rent it and then eventually be like, I'm buying this. So we'll see what happens. I'm hopeful. I had a really good viewing yesterday. Application was already filled out. So, but yeah, it is very stressful. I'm concerned a little bit, but we'll make it work. I'm good like that. So marathon, I'm hoping it's going to be September. Well, let me see. Hold on. I want to say August 31st. So that would be the very end of August. That would be a Saturday. I believe Labor Day is the 2nd. Let's see. Alexa, when is Labor Day this year? Yeah, September 2nd. So hoping for August 31st through September 2nd for a marathon. Hello, Irfan. How's it going? Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping the 2nd. And it gives me time to plan it. Also make sure that like I moved in, everything's set up. We've got space for broadcasting wherever that's going to be. One of the houses has a really cool basement that I'd love to get, but I don't know if that's realistic. So yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. Yes, the 2nd. We did that at the same time. Hey, Dan, how's it going? I was checking the smart speaker for you. We do think alike. Yeah, we really do. I was going to Google it. And, yeah. Oh. The Verge just posted an article, The Rise of the Audio-Only Video Game. Huh. I'll have to read that article later. Kind of sad I didn't get interviewed for that article, but that's okay. So yeah, I'm gonna head out in a little bit, go look at that. So I'll share a thing, and I'm curious to see what you guys think. It's kind of, we have a small sample size today. Oh, no, people are picking up. There we go. So one of the things that I noticed when I viewed the apartment or the townhouse yesterday was that every appliance was usable except for the washing machine. It was a touch panel. I don't think it's a touch screen. I think it's a touch panel, and I couldn't bring anyone with me to look at it. And the owner was, viewing it for other people, so like I had to kind of figure it out. But I definitely had a concern about that. And so my solution, which is probably the incorrect solution, is to offer to fund a new washing machine. And I know that you're probably going to be like, well, Liam, that's an accommodation. You shouldn't have to pay for it. But I'm concerned because I always feel like, as somebody who's blind, and I feel like all of us here can relate to this, I always feel we're behind the 8 ball. I always feel that we're at a disadvantage. And so when you start talking about accommodations and you start talking about an owner having to shell out more money, the owner is going to be like, well, why would I do that when I can rent it to somebody that doesn't need an accommodation? Yeah, that's true, Alyssa. After the GTA interview, that might not be the worst thing. No, you have a good point, actually. I didn't think of that. But yeah, it was like, I don't want to pay for an accommodation, but I'm also like, if I'm willing to do that, does that help me? Does that help my cause? The owner's like, oh, I don't have to pay anything extra for him to move in here. Okay, that might be doable. And I was asked too, they're like, well, do you need an accessible thermostat? And I was like, no. I'm like, I can use what you have. That's what we have FaceTime and IRA and stuff for. Hello, Ewan. I hope the house viewing goes well today, says Lucy. Everything's usable for me except for the oven, which has a touch screen. Oh, man. Yeah, and Alyssa says it's worth mentioning that it's the owner specifically and not a property management company. Word Nerd, I don't know what your solution for that would be. I think if you're renting from a conglomerate, you should be able to request an accommodation or at least talk to them. They were actually here where I was staying. We're going to get me a different washer dryer combo, and then found out that there was nothing they could get that would fix the issues we're having. So they ended up actually breaking the dial for me so that I could actually mark the arrow. It's a long story. But yeah, it was rough. Like, I was not happy about the washer, but like the oven's good, everything else is good, dishwasher's good, dryer was good. So it's like, I think it's doable. But I would be curious, because renting from an apartment's a little different because you're renting from a property management company, right? So they can fund that. They probably have extra appliances. Yes, agreed. Yes, I'll definitely make an RA request. I just haven't gotten to that yet. And my Kasari toaster oven works in the meantime. Agreed. And that's where I'm at. Like, I need a washing machine. I can dry the heck out of my clothes, but I can't wash them. So that's where I was just like, yeah, this is my only thing. But I was willing to cover it, which I don't know. I'm just curious what you guys think. Like, is that right? Is that wrong? I don't know. I think it's acceptable. Hey, Nightbot. Yeah, don't forget, we do have a Discord, lirvin.me/chat. But I don't know, man. It's a hard call because it's like, how do you handle that? Like, is that appropriate? Is that inappropriate? Like, it's not like I have the money to spend to get a washing machine, but like, if that's the only holdback, At the end of the day, though, the washer is probably not all that expensive compared to other expenses they're on the hook for as owners. Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, so Samsungs, which, by the way, the new Samsungs have Braille on them. I'm actually going over to Best Buy to look at them today because if I get this, I want to be able to provide the owner with like, hey, here's the washing machine I'm thinking of. Would you like me to purchase it or whatever? I'm loving my Kusuri oven. I'm hoping the new place will have enough counter space to bring it with. I hope so too. I do like that oven a lot. It's a good thing you live in a city. You'll be able to get to a laundromat whenever you need to. I don't want to go to a laundromat. Listen, that's what I'm avoiding. This is why I'm looking at a house because I could go rent an apartment right now over at this other place, but the laundry is not in the apartment. You've actually got to go out to another building or a laundromat, and I don't want to do that. The last one I had was a touch panel washer, but it had enough area between the buttons to get stickers between to mark. I was able to put stickers below the buttons and then slide finger up. Yes, Ryan, I was thinking about that actually. Because it's not a touch screen, it's a touch panel. So it makes me wonder if I could do that. The problem is I couldn't bring my O&M instructor, who is like amazing at this stuff because she also does, like DLS stuff as well. And I wanted to bring her to be like, hey, look at this for me. But, yeah, if you can't get the machine right away, you won't be totally done it. Yeah, but the laundromat would mean going to it. I mean, I could. Yeah, absolutely. I could take an Uber and go over there. But I don't know. I mean, maybe we can make the touch panel work. I'm actually interested now. Ryan, like, really jogged my little memory with, like, yeah, you know what? Because that's how I do my air fryer. I don't have to touch this. Like, I don't touch the screen directly to find the button. I know that if I slide up from this particular point, the start button is right here. So it's interesting. I don't know. Something to think about. I'm interested to also see this other one today as well. The neighbor, literally, it's the one right next door. So it's gonna be fun. The other weird thing too that I was really stressed about, and it turned out great, was I was like, man, I'm a blind guy going into someone's house. Are they even going to want to rent it to me? Or are they just be like, yeah, thanks for coming, we're not interested? And actually, I had a really awesome experience yesterday. It was super positive, and it was like really good. I was very impressed and surprised, and just the kindness that I was shown, and like, I felt very equal, which was awesome. Thanks for the tip, Ryan. Yeah, it's a great tip. I'm curious which brand of Samsung washing machine that has Braille on it. Need to look at that. So anything, according to the Samsung's accessibility page, any washing machine made after 2019 now has Braille and audible tones. So it's not speech, but as you turn the knobs, it'll go like bleep, 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 bleep. And that's how you know what you're set to, I guess. I couldn't find it in the user manual for a washer I was looking at, but I'm going to run over to Best Buy today after my viewing and go see what they have, because I'd like to look at them. In my honest opinion, guys, it makes no sense to spend thousands on rent and not have a washer and dryer in house. Exactly. Yeah. After like $1,500 plus, give me a laundry room or no house. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, I could go get a cheap apartment, but I really want space. I think that most people will be accommodating for you moving as a whole. Yeah, I mean, it's like I was telling my Uber driver yesterday, I'm like, this is my concern, but my money spends just as good as your money does. My dollar is worth the same amount as your dollar. So it's not like, oh no, I'm not going to get money from this blind person. And I didn't feel at all yesterday that I was being like discriminated against. There was a moment where they were like, oh, well, is your girlfriend blind too? And I'm like, yeah. And there was kind of this, oh, okay. And so I kind of had to like cover up people like, listen, we both lived independently. Like, I am very organized and clean. I'm not going to break anything, Yeah, the owner was God, Alyssa, get out of my head. The owner was a little concerned at first, and we think they hoped for a sighted girlfriend. I think things were better by the end of the tour, though. Yeah, it felt positive. Ewan says, put me in timeout. Well, yeah, okay, I could do that. If you insist. Let's see, 14 of you guys. Hope you guys are doing good. So 8:21. Okay, yeah. So like I said, it's going to be a short one. I have to head out and look at this. I'm excited. Why do they care if they're getting money for the house? I mean, there are some, so let's think about reasons why they might care. One reason is if the house has stairs, are they concerned that you're more likely to fall and hurt yourself? And are they concerned that blows back on them? So that's a fair criticism. I think it's fairly unfounded because honestly, I'm probably going to be more careful than anyone else that's walking around. And I showed that like I had no problem with stairs. Like I was navigating them just fine. And that was the cool thing about having the owner there. And so, all right, Ewan, if you are not going to contribute to stream, I'm going to really politely ask that you don't chat, because right now you're just writing random words and it's not helping the conversation. So, yes, you are going to end up in timeout for a little bit. I'm going to ask that you try to contribute. If you can't, then please just tune in. But it's getting a little out of control, and it's been chronic for the last week or two. So just take a break for a little bit. But yeah, Dan says that makes sense. Yeah, it does. I mean, it definitely is something that it's like, I mean, I get the concerns. And I was really nervous because I would have liked to have brought an advocate like my O&M instructor, or really anyone that could have been like, okay, let's talk about your concerns. I work with people that are visually impaired. Here's the things you don't have to worry about. And I think also she could have been an advocate for what reasonable accommodations would have been. But I made it work. I made it happen, you know? If you need accommodations, then they have to pay more for you to live there than sighted people. And that's my concern, right? Like, I don't want them to be like, wow, you're going to cost me more money and I can just rent it to someone else because I need to find a place. We're getting down to the nitty gritty here, and I don't like it. So I want to find a place. And so I'm willing to like pay for an appliance. I'm willing to do what I have to do so long as I have a place to live. That's what concerns me like greatly, is that I'm going to get shut out on this stuff. But I don't think it's going to be a problem. I think it's going to be okay. I have good credit. Alyssa's got good credit. Like, we both make enough. So it's going to be fine. Oh, I just don't like the unknown. That's one thing about me. I don't like when things are up in the air or they're unknown. It stresses me out. And I realize that that's not how the world works. Like, you don't have everything in the way that you want it to be always. But yeah, I don't like unknowns. I guess I'm going to need an advocate when I move there. Well, I don't know what you need an advocate for if you're living with someone already. Sadly, the cost of a washer up front for a new house will be less than a laundromat for you and Alyssa long term anyways, even if you finance it. Oh yeah. I mean, and honestly, I thought like the Samsung machine I wanted was like $1,000. It's like $550 or $600. It was really a good price. So like I said, I want to go poke at it today at Best Buy, and if I got to finance it, then that's no problem. The unknown is scary for sure. It is. I think unknown things are frightening. Some people handle unknowns better than others. I don't handle unknowns well. And that's something I've learned about myself, you know, being on this planet for 39 years, is that I don't like the unknown. I always like to know what is happening, what is the thing. And yeah, you could always take a picture of the control panel with either Be My AI or Ira AI, but the pain in the booty is that descriptions are not accurate. So what I would do actually, so my solution for this would be to get somebody to come out and mark it for me. And I finally have people that can do that. So like my mobility instructor, for example, has already offered to help me with that. So, and that's part of like, technically that's part of her job too. So that would be cool. I don't either. It's at least nice now knowing who's moving to which state. Yes, it is nice. Dan, I don't know how to explain this to you because like, I don't get told I can't do stuff. I think my advice to you, and I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but my advice to you, and I know where you live, it probably is harder, but my advice is just to get out and do things. Like, I don't want to be like, get out more, because that sounds negative, but as you get out, you're going to find that like, I don't get discriminated against. I don't have people telling me I can't do stuff. I have people not always understanding what I'm capable of, and that can be very difficult sometimes. But I've never really had anyone be like, you can't do that. So I get what you're saying, but I also don't find it to be realistic, if that makes sense. I feel that we can advocate for ourselves, but there are things that I don't know. So like examples is renting a property from an owner. I actually don't know what my rights are. I don't always know how to explain that to the owner. And again, it's a high stress, high leverage situation, right? So having someone there that can be like, hey, like these are the things Liam would or wouldn't need. This is what Liam can do, can be helpful, but you also have to advocate for you. So if I had gone in there yesterday and just been like, I have no idea what I'm doing, I don't know what I need, like I would have had a much worse experience. But really, being your own advocate and standing up for yourself is what you have to do. I know which one you're talking about. It's an amazing unit pair. It's about $600 by itself, or discount $500 per. If you buy both, they are side and a half braille key for power and as for start. Really? Okay. Yeah. So I'm not going to get the dryer because they have a dryer and the dryer is fine. People are generally kind, and this is true actually. Alyssa has a really good point. I'm going to read this. People are generally kind. They often want to be too helpful, but they usually mean well. And that's something that we have to understand. It is rare that I've ever ran into a person that is mean-spirited. Usually it's the opposite end of the spectrum. They really want to be helpful. The problem is that they don't know how to help. Bill says, I agree. People say stupid stuff, but it's not as often that you get discriminated against when you jump out there and do stuff. Agreed. And sorry, my messages are typed weird. Char Limited on YouTube is silly. I feel like I'm writing on old Twitter again. If you don't know, then fake it till you make it. Well, if your independent living skills are out of date, then that's a really good chance to update those skills. That's sometimes we have to do that. I think I've talked on here about having to teach myself because of necessity. Yes, because I reference necessity is the mother of invention. Like I've just had to learn stuff and I've kind of had to just do it. But the good thing is that there are resources out there to do these things. Like that's what VR is for. You need to have progress and you need to be working towards something, but VR can actually absolutely help you. That's what they do. That's why we have them. And that's why they're great or something. I don't know. Yeah, I'm really interested in checking that out. I'm sad that there's only a demo model at Best Buy, so it's probably not going to make noise when I turn the knobs and stuff. I also didn't see if there were any like ways like that you had to toggle that sound on and off, but because I was looking at the manual this morning and they didn't say anything. But yeah, I mean it's like $600 to $700. Like it's not bad for a washer. I think that's really a decent price. I was really happy with that because I thought it was going to be a lot more. So I'm willing to, buy a washer. I still think that is a reasonable accommodation. But again, if it's an individual homeowner, sometimes it's just easier to be like, listen, I'll help you out so that you'll let me rent. Because that's, again, what I'm concerned about. Being behind the eight ball is a thing that's bothersome. But I'll be going out today and looking at another house. And like I said, right next door to the one I looked at yesterday, which is awesome because I love that neighborhood. It's a nice little community. It's quiet. This is going to be one of the weirdest things I say on stream in a while, but it smells nice. It just smells good. It's like a lot of flowers, trees, just smells pretty. It just smells like it's a nice place to be. There were like trees with birds and stuff, and like you could just tell that it's well maintained. So, yeah, I don't know. So send good vibes, whatever you do, however you send your vibes, whether you pray or you sacrifice a chicken or whatever, into the universe, because really hoping that, hoping it works good. So, let's see. It's 8:30. So what is going on for you guys? We were going to talk about... I was going to play something for you. So I have really interesting Uber trips sometimes. And this is audio from one of my favorite Uber trips. I will totally admit to you that the driver got a $10 tip for taking me home because it was just that much fun. He told 2 long-form jokes, one I can't unfortunately play because it is not safe for stream, but I can play the other one, and it hurts my soul because it was so dumb. I will sacrifice a unicorn for your well-being, Liam. Yeah, that's cool. I'm cool with that. Unicorns can die. No, I like unicorns, but R.I.P. Mr. Chicken. Yeah, you could sacrifice Mr. McChicken from Super Egg Hunt if you want. Or Greg, as we have also called him. But yes, I'm going to share what is called the worst 3 minutes in an Uber ever. But it wasn't really horrible. It was just an awful joke. But I had so much fun. So enjoy this.
So a frog hops into a bank. And he approaches the teller at her desk. And her nameplate on the front of the desk reads Ms. Patricia Wack. And so the frog says to her, "Hello, ma'am. I've come in today because I need to secure a personal loan for a vacation that I'm taking." She says, "Well, for a vacation? Well, how much do you need?" And he says, $15,000. And she says, "Well, that's quite a lot for just a vacation for a personal loan. We've never banked with you before." And he says, "It's no matter. I'm a very, I come from a well-to-do family. My father is Mick Jagger of the Rolling Stones, and I do know the bank manager." And she's like, "What, your dad's Mick Jagger?" He says, "Yes, that's right. My name is Kermit Jagger." And she goes, "Well, okay, well, I'm going to have to see about this, but you're going to need some collateral first. Do you have any?" And he says, "Oh, not to worry." And he produces from his little frog pocket a tiny pink porcelain elephant and hands it to her. And she says, what is that? I'm not sure about this. This has value?" And he goes, "Of course." And she says, "All right." She says, "Go ask the bank manager. I promise he knows me." So she goes, "Okay." And she takes the pink porcelain elephant and she goes back into the bank manager's office. And she says, "This frog came in here claiming his name is Kermit Jagger, son of Mick Jagger, and that he knows you as a personal friend, and he's asking for quite a large loan, and this is all he has for collateral. I mean, what the hell is this?" And he says, "It's a knick-knack, paddywhack. Give the frog a loan. His old man's a rolling stone."
Holy Jesus.
That's a groaner.
Oh. That's the best groaner because I had to sit here for 3 minutes for that. That's amazing.
Yeah, right? I mean, doesn't that... I mean, it touches
Oh.
the right buttons of a really bad joke.
Yes, it does. Yeah, so... LOL, yeah, I got part of that right. Yeah, you were way... Dude, I was like, where is this going? I don't understand. And then he starts with it, and I'm like, he's knick-knack... I'm like, no, I sat there for 3 minutes for this. Oh, it was amazing. He got a $10 tip. OMG, I didn't see that coming. I just groaned out loud. Love that he sings it in the end. I know. That's what does it, man. That whole trip was hilarious. It was a 45-minute trip from like the outskirts, like way in deep in Aurora. And oh my God, it was the most fun I've ever had in an Uber. He told another joke, which I can't play on stream, but because this dude's filthy, like it's amazing. But oh my gosh, like he set up a joke that you can probably tell in about 45 seconds, and he dragged it out for like 5.5 minutes, and it was amazing because I knew the joke, I knew what the punchline was, but I was just like, you ever see a joke, you know the joke, or like you ever see a movie, you know it's going to happen, but you want to see how they're going to make it happen. That was the same thing there. I was like, how is he going to make this work? So to be fair, that was a stealthy recording. I didn't ask him. But I knew that this was going to be a riot. So I had recorded a couple things. I usually will ask people, but like he was just a chill dude. I think I'm sad that we don't know his name because he'd probably just be like, bro, tell everyone about me. I want to do stand up. You have me curious for the other joke. Yeah, Ryan, one day I'll get the joke over to you. Your reaction is worth it. Oh, yeah. Dude, I was just like, there's that pause. And I'm just like, oh, come on. No, I'm not going to post it anywhere off YouTube. I mean, it's probably bad enough I played it here. I probably shouldn't have. Because again, if you're going to record, so let's talk about this really quick. You really should ask someone's permission if you're going to record something. I did not ask him. I should have. And I feel bad. I would love to go back and ask him, but I can't. So, but always record. Always ask. Sorry. Always ask before you record. I mean, it's like, ask before you, pictures are harder, right? Because, you can snap a picture of someone, right? But you should always ask because, again, it's polite. Yeah, I know that you can technically use the Microsoft Natural Voices on NVDA, but it's not officially supported, and I don't know if I'd recommend it. But, yes, you can. I'd prefer not to, but... Oh, like a Whisper transcription or something. I wonder how that would work. I should run through Whisper and see what it does. It was pretty great, though. I mean, the thing is that you have to, the delivery is everything. I don't think a transcription would do it justice. He reminds me a lot of John Mulaney, to be honest with you. He really just has that sort of, stilted delivery, and it was just amazing. And I was sad because, I wanted to, give him a card and then hang out with him because he was fun. From when I got in that Uber, I knew it was going to be a good trip. From the moment I sat down, I was just like, this is going to be one of the best Uber rides ever. And I gave him, a $10 tip. I mean, it was so worth it. Oh, my gosh. Oh, too funny. Liam says, do as I say, not as I do. Yeah, I mean, listen, I'll own the fact that I should have asked. And you should. When you record anything, you should always ask and get permission because, again, you might be recording something that somebody doesn't want recorded. You might be sharing a thing they don't want shared. I don't feel that he would have had a problem with it. I honestly think he would, just knowing him and riding with him for an hour or so, he would have thought it was amazing. And he'd be like, dude, my joke made it to YouTube. That's amazing. But, there are things that you can record that people maybe don't want you recording. And, you should ask permission before you record those things because that's polite and stuff. I want to share them here because, again, also not safe for work, but there have been some of the best AI covers, or not covers, but AI stuff I've heard. And so the new thing now is that they're doing these AI covers, but they're making fake bands and making fake bios about the bands. And I want to know how they're doing it because it's amazing. There's a channel called Uncanny Valley, and you can look it up for yourself. I'm not linking it, but if you don't have a problem with not safe for work content, I want to know how Uncanny Valley is doing this because it's hilarious. And I feel like the models are very targeted and they're just amazingly hilarious. That's right. Let's not record me talking to my computer. It's not very pretty. Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about, Alyssa. I'm glad you understood that that's exactly what I was referring to. You talking to your computer is exactly what I was saying. But yeah, I'm really interested how they're doing models for music generation because there's been some really targeted models, and what interests me is how they're keeping parity between songs. That's what I'm trying to understand. So I don't think it's a UDO. I don't think it's a Suno. There's something out there that's doing it, and I want to know what it is because I want to use it for bad things. I mean, I want to use it for good. I want to use it for good things. That's what I meant to say. Only good things. Nothing Nothing negative. Nothing negative at all. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. So let's see, 8:43. So yeah, it's going to be go off to look at an apartment, go look at washing machines. I want to go somewhere else today. I'm like, while I'm out, what else can I do? Oh, I have a new Gmail. Now my Gmail, every time I get a Gmail, I'm getting push notifications and I'm not really liking it. Oh, it's a Humble Bundle email. I saw a cool thing while scrolling last night. A singer who lost his voice was able to create a song with AI using his own voice. Wasn't that Randy Travis? Because I remember when he lost his voice. Me and Randy Travis share a birthday. We're both born on May 4th. And he's like one of my favorite country singers. But yeah, I love the idea of using AI to like keep our voices. So like, you know, if you lose your voice, it's cool that like you can still use it. I mean, we're using it for some things that just aren't appropriate, and that's unfortunate. But the problem with anything is that we'll use it for good and we'll also use it for bad. Oh yeah, that was Randy Travis, says Alyssa. Randy Travis is in my one of my favorite episodes of Hey Arnold ever. I don't know if anyone's familiar with Hey Arnold or you've seen the Travis Randy episode. It's where the Chinese dude starts singing and he sings just like Randy Travis. And so Gerald's all like, yeah, we can get rich. And like, he just doesn't want to do it because, you know, he just wants to be a cook or whatever. I forget what he is in that show. That's cool because me and Phil Collins share the same birthday. That's cool. By the way, do you have good sidewalk and public transit systems up there? I used to live in an area where I could get Uber all the time, but Uber is super expensive now. Yeah, we have really good transit. Also, Uber is free here if you're blind. So that's cool too. Yeah, I'm just going to throw that out there. Free Uber. Because that's why I'm excited. I'm like, yeah, I can go look at this house and then I can go to Best Buy and come home and not pay anything for it and still get out and about and do the things I need to do. I mean, if I had to pay for an Uber to go to the house I was looking at, it was $10 from here, and it wasn't too bad. It was a few miles. Work is about $13 or so because I work up in the city. But like, it's nice not to have to pay for that. I save a lot of money when you think that I'm going into the office multiple days a week. So that's cool. There are stipulations on free Uber. Yes. You can only have 60 trips a month. You only get up to $25 per trip, and it has to be in the RTD area. So whatever RTD serves, it's free. So you're not taking an Uber up to Greeley. Why would you would want to go to Greeley is beyond me. You're not going down to the Springs. You're not going out to Black Hawk to go gamble. But anything inside the metro, which is very expansive, is going to be covered. We also have a really nice light rail system, which, hey, I got to ride that on Tuesday, by the way. I got to ride the RTD light rail for the first time. My friends took me out for pizza for my birthday. They took me to Giordano's. So real pizza, not garbage pizza. And it was fun. Really enjoyed it. So hey, if you're tuning in now, just to let you know, this is going to end in the next 10 minutes or so because I am off to go view a house. And so you're going to want to like, I don't know, be aware of that, I guess. So chatting with viewers will be next week, same time. And then the week after that, I don't know if Alyssa is going to join me for chatting or not. I guess we'll talk about it and see. But Alyssa will be here for a while, so we're going to be hanging out and maybe hopefully moving. Hopefully that'll be the week I can move into whatever the place is I get. Alyssa says, yes. Oh, okay. Just checking. I don't know. So Alyssa will be here in person. Did I say Alyssa? I don't know if I said, I think I said Alyssa, but it sounded like Alyssa. So Alyssa will be here in person, which will be cool, I think. I don't know. Kind of nice, I suppose. And then I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Alyssa, you have an exciting day tomorrow, which is cool. Starting a new adventure. And that's exciting. So that definitely means no. Oh, yeah, I get it. That definitely means no morning activities with my family on Sunday morning. That's right. Yeah, we can't hang out with you guys. Sorry, we're going to be on YouTube. I forgot. Yeah, we're going to be hanging out with Alyssa's family. They're coming to visit as well. So we'll be doing dinner and stuff like that. Hey, chatting with Liam and live Alyssa. Yeah. Yeah, that will be really cool. I'm excited. Glad you jumped onto the light rail, which I rode the D line. I gotta say that real carefully. I was on the D line. Yes. It was fun. They're gonna wreck it in a couple weeks because they're doing all that construction. So I wanted to ride I wanted to use the line that runs to Littleton while I could. Yes, tomorrow begins a new life chapter of sorts. I'm excited, but have some trepidation. Change is scary. Yes, it is. It absolutely is, and it's okay to acknowledge that. Change can be very frightening. I'm going to go ahead and bounce early. Well, I'll be bouncing in probably the next 5 minutes anyway, so have a good one. So yeah, send good thoughts. I'm hoping that this viewing goes well. I'm hoping both go well. I mean, I felt yesterday was good. We already put in an application. I'm hoping that they pick us. Please pick us. I don't want to end up in an apartment. I think sometimes the best changes are the scariest. Yeah, I was talking about that with, I'm sure, Alyssa, but I've also said that sometimes just because a thing is good doesn't make it overwhelming. So it's okay if it's overwhelming, because even though it's good, it's, it can still be bad and good. So maybe you have a lot of really positive changes coming. You can still be overwhelmed by those. You can still be stressed by those. You can still be upset by those, because though they're good, they're still changes. And change is really scary, because I do believe we are creatures of habit. I think change can be very difficult. I remember when I moved last year from Missouri to Colorado, I had a really hard time with the move. I was very stressed. I was very upset. I was having nightmares. I was scared because it was a big change. It was a huge life change. I was now going to live on my own. I was going to live in a new city. I was going to be in a place that I didn't know. I didn't really know people there. What kind of pizza did you have last Tuesday? So I went to Giordano's, which is is it 16th in California? And it's right on the corner there. It's awesome. You just hop off the light rail and can just walk right there. I had sausage, pepperoni, onion, and mushroom, and I had a deep dish. I just had the individual. 18th in California? Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, because we got the train. That's right. Yeah, because then we went to 18th and Stout. That makes sense. I'm interested what else is on California. I would have liked to have explored that more. I know if you're coming south, the main office building for our department is there. So I almost took the light rail home the day I had to go get my badge and stuff. But I was like, well, I don't know what to do when I get off the light rail. So yeah, I opted not to do that. So unfortunately, guys, it is 5 to 9. I need to move and start moving fast. I want to thank you all for being here. Sorry that chatting with viewers was short. I will be back next Sunday, and I'm hoping we won't have another Liam's got to be out the door at 10. But I need to start winding her down. So as always, I do want to thank you guys for being here. I will be back next week. I haven't scheduled it yet, but I'll throw the thingy in there. And then 2 weeks from today, Alyssa will be here. I mean, she'll be here 2 weeks from Friday, but 2 weeks from today, she'll be on Chatting with Viewers. And thank you, Lucy. I'm hoping for the best. Lexi's been here the whole time. I've been working on a Sorceress from Mistworld. That thing's still around. Thank you, Word Nerd. I didn't know that game was even still around. I don't know. I just got tired of it. I think when I got to level 50, I was just like, bro, there's so much gambling and so much money I'd have to pay if I wanted anything. It's not worth it. The second stream will probably be interesting. I don't know. I mean, I guess so. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for being here. I am out of here. I will see you all next week. As always, thanks for watching and or listening. Good night and good corn.